An item which I've just got in today is bought it used on eBay UK. It's rated good, had good, just the word good. Didn't say whether it had any dings in it. It never said it had any marks or scratches. It never said anything other than the word good in its description. So this is a complete blind buy, if you like. I haven't seen the second Thor movie. I don't even know what country of origin. I think it's an English release. I think it's from this country. I don't know what shop sold it. It was literally a miscellaneous item on eBay a fortnight ago. I saw it. It was rated used, good, and £13.95 to the door, including its delivery to the door. So under £15 in my hand. 3D version and the standard 2D with special features version. Steelbook. So I thought, why the fuck not? I took the chance because it was so inexpensive. I took the chance because it was so inexpensive. I have dinged up steelbooks and metal packs in my collection. And to be honest with you, you only notice the dings and the marks and the scratches if you know they're there. And you don't, and after a while you forget they're there anyway. So I thought, fuck it, because it was so inexpensive, I went for it. And to be honest with you, I've not seen a single ding. There's one there. I didn't notice it until just now. And it's on the back side of it as well. Okay, it's on the top, but it's on the back. So it's completely laughing at. I actually think the spine's alright on the steelbook. Rather than the name, it's got the feces of the players running down the spine there. I thought that was quite original, and I was taken with the reverse on this rather than simply just the reverse of the front picture, the cape. I was actually quite buzzing by the fact that the three little pictures there. Normally English steelbooks don't tend to have that kind of graphic design, so I was taken with that. So yeah, for £13.95, that included delivery to my door, and in fact it's got internal artwork. It's a shock also, it's a surprise also. I didn't know, it was not listed whether it had internal artwork or not, so it just had the word good. So it looked like it's just got a slight ding on the top. That's why it's so inexpensive, because these Marvel steelbooks, they're all very expensive, aren't they? Used or brand new, they're all so very expensive, aren't they? Okay, so what, 12 minutes of that, that's that. I've yet to see that. I'm curious. I thought I'd do this update now because I'm in the mood for watching a 3D movie, and I thought, well, I'll watch the one I've just bought. So I thought I'd begin my update, well overdue update, with this opening of the Thor, the second movie, Thor. Is it The Dark World, The Dark Kingdom? I'm going to watch it now. Kickboxer. I saw this in my local supermarket. It came with a slip. I know Netflix has it now. As for a straight-to-DVD movie, I was impressed with it. I think it was Jean-Claude Van Damme who played his part. Obviously he would have had a stunt double, but I think it was him who played the majority of his part. I think he was well capable of doing whatever he had to do, whatever physicality he had in his role. I think he was well able. I think he would have been well able. He's not that old, you know. I think the only downside to this is the girl who was in Haywire, she's smoking a cigarette in this, and I thought, there are other ways to show your authority and your sophistication, your sophisticated authority. There are other ways to show a sophisticated authority than with a cigarette, even with Holder. There are other ways. There are. Yeah, she does find it. I was impressed with it. I thought it was a nice twist, the fact that Jean-Claude Van Damme was the mentor. I thought it was a really nice twist, and I liked the fact that it was quite full on at the end, the final fight. I thought that was great, though it was really full on, because all movies in the 80s, they were all bubble gum, weren't they? They were all soda pop bubble gum, all these movies in the 80s, with the Dolph Lundgrens and the Sly Stallones and the Arnies and the Jean-Claude Van Damme. They were all pop bubble gum pop done, weren't they? You would never have seen a close-up of the man's neck breaking, would you? For real. Which you got in this. You would never have seen that. Never have seen that in the 80s. I thought that it was well worth it for a quid in my local supermarket with this lips are nice spot gloss in the words there and the pictures on the back. I'll keep it in its case. I'm going to keep that in its case. This is 30 Days a Night. It came with a DTS audio track, which I am well impressed with. A booklet. This is one I got when I was camping in the spring of this year, 2017. I was taken with the comic book. I've looked through that and read a little bit here and there. It's got a little bit of the prequel to 30 Days a Night and the sequel to the beginning of the sequel to 30 Days a Night in here. It's I won't flick it for the camera because I've only got about 8 minutes left to do this. But if you can get this DVD with the booklet in it, I'm sure there would have been cards as well with this. I can't imagine that you got a nice slip box with simply just, even though it's quite thorough and detailed, and it's quite snazzy the way it's got excerpts of the different books in the franchise. Even though it is quite snazzy, it's got its own little lettering on the index as well. It's really quite a snazzy booklet. I do think there would have been pictures and cards with this edition, because it being a slip box and it's got embossing and debossing on it. I found it in the car boot sale when I was on holiday in the spring. It was as it came. I'm sure it would have come with more than its booklet. If anyone at home in YouTube land can tell me of that, I would welcome the input there. I'm sure it did. I'm sure it would have then. But that's a great little release that for your collection. It's great to have nice DVD releases in your collection. It really is. I think it's really nice to have nice DVD releases in my collection. I do. I like to have nice releases of DVDs in nice packaging, because with me not buying them anymore, I tend to keep the nice ones now, just the nice packaging ones, and tend to take DVDs out of their cases and put them in my miscellaneous wallet now. So it's nice when I see one come along in a nice package. I keep it in my collection. This again I found in the same car boot sale on the same day. This Wes Bentley movie Hurricane. It has a fantastic slipcover. I noticed when I first bought this, I've never seen a slip with a lenticular with so much movement. Since I bought this, I have, but at the time I hadn't. The movie itself, even though it's in the full image aspect ratio, it's in 178 or the 185. Along with this was as well 30 Days a Night, even though its Blu-ray releases in the 235. Yeah, I'm glad I've remembered that. These both are in the 178 or the 185. With the up-and-coming Wes Bentley, he's been around for ages. And I expected more of this movie, because even though I bought it only for its lip, when I put it on, I expected more from it because he was in The Hunger Games and the movie Interstellar. I expected a lot more from this movie. Well let down by it's real straight to DVD fare, this movie, and yet it's quite a modern movie made in 12. If you see this movie, you would, like myself, expect more from that. It's poo. It's horrible. It's just horrible. It's a TV movie. Saturday morning as a kid, and you come running down the stairs of a Saturday morning. That is what you'd expect to see on commercial TV station, just on in the background. That movie, horrible, just terrible movie. They tell you it had no budget whatsoever, but I'd say really surprising. What with them in Hunger Games and Interstellar. I saw the movie Cocktail in my local DVD shop, a local one. It came with, because it's so old as well, I looked at the disc and it is actually an original 85-86 issue. It has the hologram on the back there. When I saw this in my used DVD store, I saw it with its own booklet, and it's not just like an image of the cover and the chapter titles on the back. It does actually have a complete write-up of the movie inside, 3-sided write-up, which I was well impressed with. And so I'm going to keep this on my shelf. I thought I would say the disc is fine. I've got loads to do. I'm going to have to whiz through this. The disc is fine. I was well impressed with condition disc as well, because when I saw the DVD case, it being a non-eco one with the booklet, I was going to buy it anyway. The fact that the DVD's in good nick, I was really mega with, and the fact that it's an original issue and it had the hologram, I was going to buy it anyway. So I made up the disc itself, wasn't scratched, dinged up. I thought I would say on showing this, I have the book in which that was taken from, and just for a little information, if you're ever curious about, if you are ever since seeing the movie Cocktail, curious about how it was taken from the book, how its original source was blah blah blah. The movie actually, I read the book years ago, and the movie itself, it only covers about that much of the book. The first tiny section of the book, and then the book carries on. All that, majority of the book carries on. I think the movie's about the first, not even third. The rest of the book is not in the movie at all. The end of the movie ends about here in the book, and then you've got all that. Yeah, I just thought I'd add that on showing that. But yeah, it's great in full surround, because it's got a great OST. It's full of pop tunes and rock tunes from the 80s. It does sound great in 5.1 surround on its original Dolby audio track. This is one you can always throw on in a party, or if you just like tossing around your house. It's great to throw on your surround sound system, because it'll come up as a discrete audio track fantastically. It'll come up great. Its discrete audio track will come up great on your surround sound system at home. If you just want to even throw on, as what one would do with an album, this is one movie you could throw on as if an album. It has a great discrete audio track. I had to buy it. It's taken me all this time to buy that. What can I fit in here? You've got 3 minutes, right? I can only fit in one more. I'm going to have to split the two parts, because I can't edit this. I can't edit anymore on YouTube with them taking down their editing suite. What can I just fit in quickly here? I bought this Shangri-La, Mark Knopfler, the DVD audio version of his album Shangri-La. I will say the separation's great on it, and I did do a comparison with its standard CD version. Even with it being a high-def CD as its standard CD counterpart, it's still noticeably better quality on its SACD. No matter what you do with it, no matter how you play around with it, no matter what you do to both CDs, even with its standard CD counterpart being a high-def CD, this SACD still has greater listening quality to it, if you get what I'm saying. Yeah, it's still worth buying this album in its SACD form. That's what I'm saying to you. In a nutshell, in a sentence or two, If you get this album, it's SACD4. You get it. It's nothing like any of his Dire Straits stuff. You might think, what with the last Dire Straits album being quite slow, melodic, you'd think this Shangri-La, Mark Knopfler's outing, with it being similar kind of vein, downbeat, it might be similar to that. That album, what was it called? Hang on, bear with me. You think it might be more like this album, Dire Straits, On Every Street. You think it might be similar to On Every Street, but it's not. He's got more folky, more steel pedal, aka Chris Isaac, and it doesn't really suit him because he's not very attractive to look at. Mark Knopfler, unfortunately, there, Knopfler. If you're better looking, this would suit you probably better. The style would suit you better, but leave it to the guys. Leave it to the guys a la Chris Isaac to do this style. Otherwise, it's quite pleasant, and say the quality of the discs are, the mastering is great on the issue. I'm going to leave it there. Back to part 2. Okay, for the rest of my update. See you in a bit.